Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, Teofimo Lopez this past weekend made an interesting comment. He said that he is the last star on Top Rank. By star, I'm assuming that he means superstar, right? Because you got fighters that I guess you can call stars. I mean, people are going to delineate, right? They're going to say some are superstars, some are stars. I don't know which one he's talking about, but let's just assume he's talking about superstars. And that was an interesting statement. Of course, he's talking about the fact that, you know, there's no Terrence Crawford, who was never a superstar. He left him. Shakur Stevenson is becoming a free agent after this fight with Arum, and he wasn't a superstar either. And to be quite frank with you, Jay, Teofimo Lopez is not a superstar either. And when you think about what we've seen from Top Rank over the last several months, let's call it 12 to 18 months, what are their best fights that they've put on? Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. What else?
And then Tyson Fury and Wilder.
That's more than 18 months ago.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Inoue and Cool Boy Steph, but I hear they're really not the promoter. They're just kind of involved with them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are with Inoue.
I mean, they got a rising star in Abdullah Mason, as far as I'm concerned. I think he's the real deal. Now, whether he hit a star level or a superstar level, I don't know about that, but I constantly hear people talking about the fact that PBC is in decline. They're about to be done, as we've heard from Rick Glacier on multiple occasions. And there's so many people that want to co-sign that we see in our comment section and across social media. But in reality, it feels to me personally that Top Rank is much, much closer to their demise than PBC. But we never hear that as a topic, right? We've heard for quite some time that ESPN is not necessarily interested in continuing their relationship beyond the contract that they currently have in place with Top Rank. I believe that to be true because we know that ESPN is trying to cut. They're trying to cut excess, let's call it baggage, if you will. We saw them cut a lot of their talent about a few months ago. Max Kellerman was one of the victims in that round of cuts. And we've heard about the fact that they have been just overall, I think Disney's actually really looking to divest from ESPN as well. I just think that they're in a precarious situation relative to their financials. And I'm talking about ESPN. So it wouldn't surprise me if Top Rank doesn't continue their relationship with them. So where does that leave Top Rank? They're not putting on really great cards on ESPN. They haven't really put on great pay-per-views here lately. Why isn't it that no one is talking about Top Rank and their demise? If Top Rank was a stock, it would be crashing right now. Crashing, you know? So it's interesting that we never hear anything about that. And I wanted to get together and talk about that because I feel Top Rank is slowly but surely fading away, similarly to what we saw from Don King and his promotional company. They faded away. And I feel like Top Rank is on that same path. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was picking up on that for a while now because if you notice, when Top Rank cards, although they're free, they use it on Saturday nights, they start late as hell no matter what time zone they're in. And they're usually, a lot of times they're delayed because it's another event going on before them on ESPN broadcast. Whether it's the PFL, whether it's another MMA event, whether it's baseball, any other sport will be going on right before the Top Rank fight. And that fight card, you just catch half of that, of whatever the co-main fight is going to be. So that's showing they don't have any really respect or care for the Top Rank boxing to that degree, to have it always been delayed. And the last fight, Teo fought, this fight was in Miami, and that fight didn't start till like damn near 11:30, dude. Now I get it. We're older. Me and you, we're older. And we don't stay up as late as we used to, but still though, if it was on the West Coast and that fight started at 11:30 our time, that's 8:30 their time, I get that. But a fight starting at 11:30, come on, man. That's a main event. That really ain't a main event because you're fighting a dude named Steve Claggett. And that just leads me to referencing about Teofimo. Teofimo is a good talent. Don't get me wrong. But he's not a superstar because he's fighting on these free events. He's fighting on free TV. It's called prize fighting. Usually prize fighting is what? They're pay-per-view. That's where you get to the big time money makers on that. He's not doing that. And he's not fighting anyone a stature that we want to see like that. You know, he's a like I said, he's a hell of a talent, but he's been 1 for like 5 in his last 5 fights as far as showing showing the talent he has. Now against Josh Taylor, you know. But it's I think the writing might be on the wall for Top Rank, but they're definitely getting pushed back because these fights starting later and later, putting them on off nights on a Thursday night and stuff like that. That's not the normal trend in this day and age. It's not a good look for them, you know. I mean, hell, Pro Box TV is all on YouTube, and their Wednesday night fights have been better cards than Top Rank cards, and they're both free. So I mean, Top Rank, get it together, and y'all need to do better about Abdullah Mason. Y'all finally put him on the main card to be viewing, and people have been asking for this since this kid popped on the scene. We have to go on YouTube and review his old fights. He's top talent. He's top talent based on what he's fighting, what he's putting in the ring. But you're not putting on that's your budding superstar right there. But you're not promoting him. But that's what Top Rank does.
Yeah, Top Rank. I think over the last several years, and I'm talking about all the way back to Floyd Mayweather, their philosophy in terms of promoting their fighters is really to tie them to the most popular fighter, typically associated with PBC, and that is how they promote it. Manny, really good fighter, wasn't blowing up until all of a sudden they started connecting him to Floyd. He got the Oscar De La Hoya opportunity, and then when they connected him to Floyd, he started doing major numbers. We saw that with Bud. People don't want to admit that, but that's what happened. I mean, they tied Crawford to Errol Spence, who was a more popular fighter, and that's how they promoted him. They've been relatively good at promoting Latino fighters, but even that is falling out to a certain degree. I think Oscar De La Hoya has that on lock now in terms of how to promote a Latino fighter. I just feel like they're in a free fall, Jay. They're in decline, but we don't hear anybody talking about that. No one talks about the fact that they're not putting on really good cards. And that they seem to be declining. So it's just interesting. It's all PBC. We never hear about. I don't think Matchroom is in any danger of declining. I think Golden Boy is actually probably more so in a position of decline versus PBC with losing Canelo Alvarez. They were very close to losing Ryan Garcia. They got Virgil Ortiz, my guy, but Virgil is not a star right now. Who else do they have coming up the ranks that would be? I mean, they got Berlanga.
They got Berlanga's with Matchroom.
Sorry. I meant to say Munguia. They don't have Berlanga. And they got
Zurdo.
Yeah, Zurdo.
And they got I believe they got Floyd Schofield.
Yeah, so no fighters that don't really push that. They don't seem to be pushing that next level of star to superstardom here. So I would say that they're closer to their demise than PBC, but it is what it is. I think Oscar has figured out a way to hold on. I think as long as he has Ryan, he'll probably be able to maintain until he can figure out another way to promote a star. But right now, I don't know. It just seems to me that Top Rank is falling off. So you guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Is it really Top Rank that's closer to the demise than PBC? I think so. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.